I'm Blakeney Sanford. My studio is based in California. I've worked for 15 years in the color blue. Yeah, I know. Well, this is the thing. It's a big question. Caeruleaphile is a person with an affinity for or a deep connection to the color blue. Conceptually and thematically, the work has really considered multiples. Like I said, same but different. So pieces that together make up something greater than each individual. So this work, these blue installations, originally came about in an effort to translate the feeling of being submerged in water to an interior space. So they're produced using materials. I really love working with industrial materials and applying them in ways that are not predictable or ways that they're not typically used. The idea was to create colored shadow. I had rebuilt sailboats and worked on surfboard repairs and worked with fiberglass and resin and understood the material, and that became a natural progression into this work. So I was looking for something that had translucency, had variation in color that I could control, and was able to be reproduced in multiples. There's this feeling of being submerged in water when you dive deep and you open your eyes and you look back up through the surface of the water that gives the world above this otherworldly feeling, or it looks like it's like you're in a dream looking up through the surface of water. Light changes and color changes, magnification changes. And that's the thing, is I've worked for so long in a vacuum, or a sort of a self-imposed vacuum, because I really like to allow the work to come through me rather than be influenced by the outside. We're all so super influenced by what we're seeing and fed all of the time that it's really, I've worked in isolation for the majority of my career, and I've developed my practice and I've developed this work in a vacuum, and then coming out into the world to share it. It's amazing to see the mirroring of past art movements or work that people that I've grown to really love and respect the work of be mirrored from decades prior in the work that I'm doing now. So there's this sort of subconscious connection through time to these pieces, which is really invigorating for me and makes me feel part of something larger, even though I haven't intentionally sought that out. I would much prefer there to be a blue form sitting here talking to you, because it's very easy for me to hide behind my work. Right, so I've been thinking a lot about scale and how I feel really free, like I can breathe with things at scale. So large spaces like this, work at scale that is immersive and tactile and responsive. So people passing through the work or being submerged and bathed in this colored light, which is created by the work, becoming part of the work, is really important to me. And I've been thinking about scale, especially for this show, because I'm also showing some of the video work that I've documented with my husband, Bennett, of big wave surfing in the last decade that we've worked on. And so again, thinking about like raw scale and how it feels like unlimited. There's no top. Everything keeps going, which again is the portals with expansion into further dimensionality. It's this work, bigger the better, fully immersive, feeling like cloaked or bathed or embraced by blue, which I think is really soothing. I do everything in studio. All of this work is fabricated using materials in my studio by me and one assistant. And that's really important to me, is that everything is touched by me and made by me. That being said, careers evolve and things may change, but my physical energy going into all of these pieces is really part of the work. I love engineering and numbers, so I study mathematics, and all of the work that I create is engineered by me as well. I think a lot of this is actually about expansion. That's really what I want to do with this work. Right, I've operated in this 15 years in this tight internal space, but the whole objective of creating work at scale was to really blow the top off of that and to open myself up. And every facet of work, facets, that I'm showing and sharing with you has to do with expansion, has to do with like another exercise in opening up. And being and knowing, and that is the feeling that I have with the work in what it is and where it's going. But I'm constantly exploring the space, space that we can't see, but the space, the knowing space of that expansion. I mean, we've all been cracked wide open, let's be real. And that was like, I actually wanted to name the show, I Need a Hug, which is like pretty straightforward, but it was because I wanted this work to feel like this big embrace, because I know that we all need a hug and we all want to feel safe and connected and soothed and grounded. And these pieces, when I pull them together, have that effect. And it's so soft and comforting, and these quiet spaces that I can make for people to come back to themselves and each other. And I speak really quietly because it becomes this experience of calm.